Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I'm explaining operating system concept monitors. So along with the introduction of monitors, I'm also explaining the solution to dining philosopher problem with monitors. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. To get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon. So let me begin the explanation of monitors. First I will give the introduction, then I will discuss the solution to dining philosopher problem using monitors. Now, what is monitors? So monitors solve the problem of critical section. You know that critical section problem means it avoids the race condition. That means no two processes can simultaneously use the same data type. So instead of that, only one process should be allowed to enter the critical section and use the data, right? So if you want to know more about the critical section, right, so you can refer my video, the link is in the description. So and to solve the critical section problem, I can use a semaphores. So semaphores have some disadvantages. That's why instead of semaphores, I can use monitors to solve the critical section problem. So to know more about the semaphores also, the link is in the description. So monitor solves the problem of critical section. Why I prefer monitors other than semaphores means semaphores suffers from timing errors. So to avoid that, to avoid the timing errors, I can use monitors, right? So what are monitors then? So monitor is like a class actually. So you know that in Java, class contains variables and functions, right? Here also, monitors can be monitor can be a package of variables and procedures. You can see here. So this is a monitor. Monitor contains the variables that are shared variables that can be used by different processors. Along with that, it contains functions. See here, procedure is nothing but a function. Here how many functions are there? 3 functions are there, 3 variables are there. So monitor is nothing but it's like a class. It contains both the variables and procedures. Right here, variables and procedures are both combined to form a monitor. So see here, along with here I am considering two processes P1 and P2. See, sorry, here I am considering two processes P1 and P2. You can see here. So this P1 and P2, both the processes can access the variable ABC, right? But how? What is the procedure here? See here, I'll explain that. So here I am considering two processes that can access the variable. So variables can be A, B and C. So see here, first I'll consider P1 here. So here remember one thing. Suppose if P1 enters the monitor, right, no other process can enter the monitor. Suppose if P1 enters, P2 can't enter the monitor. Only after the completion of P1, P2 can enter. So inside the monitor there should be only one process at a time, right? So here P1 enters the monitor first. So P1 is in the monitor, inside the monitor, right? That's why. So P2 can't enter the monitor while P1 is in the monitor. Once the P1 is completed, then P2 can enter inside the monitor. But see here P1, if P1 wants to access the variable directly, it can't access the variable. P1 can't directly access this variable. So instead of that, P1 should use this procedures. Process should use this procedure to interact with this variable C. So here, if P1 wants to access the variable directly, it can't access the variable. Instead of that, it should use the procedure. For example, so see here, consider a procedure 1. Here I am considering two procedures, procedure 1 and procedure 2. So procedure 1 is used to get the value. Procedure 1 is a code to get the value of the variable. Procedure 2 is a code to set the value of the variable. That means to change the values of the variable, I can use a procedure 2. To retrieve the values of the variable, I can use a procedure 1. You can see here procedure 1 is used to get the value of the variable, and procedure 2 is used to set the value of the variable. Suppose if you want to fetch the value of the variable a, I want to fetch the value of the variable a, I can use a procedure 1, because procedure 1 is used to fetch the or used to get the value of the variable. Not only a, you can use for b also, c also, right? So I can use procedure 1 here. What is the main thing you have to understand here? So directly this process can't interact with the variable. So instead of that, it is using the procedure function to interact with that variable. So here procedure 1 is going to get the value of the a. Now if you want to change the value of the a, suppose if you want to change the value of the a, you can use procedure 2, because procedure 2 is used to set the value of the variables. So that's why I can use procedure 2 to change the value of the a. Getting, guys? So see here, so which is the process doing this? P1 is the process that is doing this changes. Suppose after the completion, P1 should go out of the monitor, then which process can enter? Then P2 can enter inside the monitor. So you can see here, after the completion, P1 can go out, so then P2 can get inside the monitor. So P1 can go out of the monitor, P2 can get inside the monitor, because only one process should be inside the monitor at any point of time. Getting, guys? So this is the simple working of the monitors. Now so I will explain the syntax of the monitor. So see here, this is the syntax of the monitor here. So this is the monitor name. You can give any name to the monitor. So monitor contains two types of variables here: condition variables and ordinary variables. What are those ordinary variables? I'm using these variables ABC, right? Those variables will be there, right? So these are the variables, ordinary variables. Along with that, it is using the condition variables. Condition variables means wait and signal operation. So you know that in a semaphore, wait is used to decrement the value, signal is used to increment the value. By using these condition variables, a monitor can interact with the procedures. So procedures are nothing but functions. You can see procedure P1, procedure P2 up to procedure Pn, right? You can have n number of procedures. Now I will explain how a monitor can interact with the procedures. Directly I explained with a diagram, but how a monitor can interact using a condition variable, that is wait and signal, I will explain that. So see here, so condition variables operate on two operations, wait and signal. You know that. Suppose if process P1 wants to enter inside the monitor, it should execute the wait operation. So if a P1 wants to enter inside the monitor, so for example here my procedure is P1 is what to get the value. Suppose if a process P1 wants to get the value, what it should do? Process P1 should execute the wait signal, wait operation, right? So once P1 execute the wait operation, it can go inside and it can get the value in the same way, right? So now once the P1 is entered using a wait operation, right? Now P2 can't enter inside a monitor. It is not possible for P2. That's why P2 will be kept in a blocked queue. It's very important. When P1 is working inside the monitor using a wait operation, P2 will be kept in the blocked queue. P2 will be kept in the blocked queue. Once the P1 finishes, P2 can be allowed to enter the monitor. You know that. How that is moved from blocked queue to the monitor. P2 will be moved from blocked queue to the monitor. So it is allowed to enter inside the monitor. So getting, guys? It's very simple. So if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Right? Now, so this is the simple working of a monitor. Now I will explain the solution for dining philosopher problem using this monitor. This is also important. So see here. So here I'm going to give only brief idea about the dining philosopher problem. If you want to know more about the Dining Philosopher problem, the link is in the description. So in the Dining Philosopher problem, here I am considering 5 philosophers, that is P0, P1, P2, P3, P4, and philosophers share a circular table, you can see, and all the philosopher is provided with a chair. So many chairs are there, 5 chairs are there, and the middle of the table contains a rice. You can see at the middle of the table there is a rice, and each philosopher is provided with the chopsticks. So how many chopsticks will be there? 5 chopsticks will be there. So getting, guys? So 5 philosophers are there. So circular table is shared between the philosophers. 5 chopstick is there, and the rice is in the middle of the table. So if you and one more important thing, if a philosopher wants to eat, a philosopher should use the adjacent chopsticks. That means if P0 wants to eat, P0 should use C0 chopstick and C1 chopstick. If a P1 philosopher wants to eat, it should use C1 chopsticks and C2 chopsticks. So philosopher should use 2 chopsticks to eat the rice. Getting, guys? So this is the scenario. And one more thing, philosopher will do 2 tasks. Either philosopher will think, either philosopher will eat. So when philosopher is not eating, philosophers will think. When philosophers are busy in eating, they can't think. So this is the Dining Philosopher problem, right? Now, so what is the how to design the solution for this Dining Philosopher problem means, here all the philosophers should get a chance to eat the rice. No philosopher should be in a deadlock here. Here I should give chance to all the philosophers from P0 to P4. All the philosophers should get a chance to eat the rice. Now I will give that solution using the monitor. See, so here I am using a variable called state of 5. That means how many philosophers are there here? 5 philosophers are there. So 5 philosophers. Here this problem is little bit modified for the monitors. Philosopher can be in 3 states: thinking state, in a hungry state, or in a eating state, right? So philosopher, if is hungry, if the chopsticks are available, they will start to eat, otherwise they will think. So these are the 3 states: thinking state, hungry state, eating state. So how many philosophers are there? 5 philosophers. Along with that, I am using another variable called self. Self condition can be used by all the 5 philosophers. Why they will use means, philosopher can delay herself. Philosopher has to wait. When philosopher is hungry but it is unable to obtain the chopstick, because I told you, for a philosopher to eat, they need adjacent chopsticks, 2 chopsticks. For P0 to eat, for example, see, P0 needs C0 and C1. But if any one of the chopstick is not available, right, then philosopher should wait, right? So to wait, philosopher should use self condition. Getting, guys? Now along with that, you can see here state of 5 plus 4 modulus 5 denotes the left neighbor. State of 5 plus 1 modulus 5 denotes the right neighbor. That means if P0 is my philosopher, C0 will be your left neighbor, C1 will be your right neighbor. So C0 will be I plus 4 modulus 5. I will explain that, don't worry, right? C1 will be your I plus 1 modulus 5, that is right neighbor. So these are the condition you need to consider, right? So here what is my problem? I need to allow all the philosophers to get a chance to eat the rice. See, so this is the solution. This is the code. This is the code that uses monitor to solve the Dining Philosopher problem. It will give a chance to each and every philosopher here. So I will explain this step by step. See here. So you can see here, this is the first statement. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. How many philosophers are there? 5 philosophers are there. That's why I less than 5. So it will start it initially. This the meaning of the statement is, initially all the philosopher will be in a thinking state. See, starting from 0, philosopher P naught will be in a thinking state. Again it will increment. I will become 1, right? So again state of 1 will be thinking. Again philosopher 1 will be thinking up to, see, from P naught to P4, all the philosopher will be in a thinking state initially, right? All the philosophers will be in a thinking state from P naught to P4. This is the initial state. Now suppose, so I will consider the P naught. This is the first philosopher. So I am considering the P naught here. So now I will consider the P naught. Suppose think that P naught is hungry. Now what is the value of I? Pi, that is 0. I value is 0. P naught, that is P is first philosopher. That's why I is 0. You can see int of 0. What is the next statement? State of 0 is equal to hungry. Yes, I am hungry. I have to pick up the chopsticks. To eat the right, I have to eat the rice, I have to pick up the chopsticks, right? That's why I'm checking whether I am hungry or not. Yes, P naught is hungry. State of 0 is what? 0 means P naught. Yes, P naught is hungry. So if P naught is hungry, right? What is the next statement? Test of I. That is test of 0. I need to test. Yes. Now earlier P naught was in the thinking state. Now it is feeling hungry. So state of I, state of 0 is equal to hungry. Now I will move to the next function, that is test of I. Here I will test that whether it is possible for P naught to eat the rice or not. See, so in the test of I, that is test of 0. See, test of 0, I should execute test of 0. Test of int I means what? 0. So test of 0. So if, what is the statement within the test of I? State of I plus 4. I plus 4 means what? 0 plus 4. 0 plus 4 will be 4. 4 modulus 5 is what? 4 modulus 5. Right? 4 modulus 5 is what? Right? I have to check that. 4 modulus 5 is what? This is the I plus 4 modulus 5. I told you, right? This is the left neighbor. So what is the left neighbor of a P naught? P4 is the left neighbor. See, P4 is the left neighbor of a P naught. That's why 4 modulus 5 is what? 4. For P naught to eat, P4 should not be eating, right? Sorry, yeah. For P naught to eat, P4 should not be eating. P1 should not be eating. I'm checking that condition only. See. Now, state of I plus 4 modulus 5, that is 4 modulus 5 is 4. That is P4 is eating. No, P4 not equal to eating. P4 is not eating. Again, state of I is hungry. Obviously, state of I is hungry. That is state of 0 is hungry. Three conditions should be satisfied here. Here, P naught should be hungry. Neighbors of the P naught will be P4 and P3. I think. See, P4. Yes, P4 and P1 should be not eating here. Then only P naught will get a chance. Getting, guys? If P naught is hungry and P1 is not eating and P4 is not eating, then only P naught will get a chance to eat. See, yes, state of I plus 1 modulus 5 is 4. You know that. So it is not eating. You can see condition is not eating. Yes. Now P4 is not eating. Now next, state of I is hungry. Yes. My 0. P naught is hungry. Now what is the next? I plus 1 modulus 5. This is the right side. So I plus 1 right side neighbor. So I is what here? 0. 0 plus 1. 1 modulus 5. 1 modulus 5 is what? 1 only. See, P1. This is the right side neighbor. So here P, for P naught, P4 is also not eating. P1 is also not eating. You can see substitute. Well, after substituting, you got that, right? So here, which are the processes they are not eating? P4 is also not eating. P1 is also not eating. They are the neighbors. And also P naught feels hungry. P naught feels hungry. Then what it can do? State of I can eat. State of I means what? State of 0 can eat. That is P naught can eat. So P naught start eating. So P naught will start eating. Suppose if any of these three condition is not true, that means if, see, if P naught wants to eat means P4 and P1 should be free, right? So either P1, if P1 is not free or P4 is not free, then the condition fails. So then P0 can't eat. So at that time what happens? If the condition fails, very simple, see, if the condition fails, see, this is the condition fail test. I'm still inside the test only. When it will test will be executed, for the successful case test will be executed when both the neighbors are free. When P4 and P1 is free, P0 can eat. Suppose if P4 and P1 is not free, assume like that, then see, P0 can't eat. See, state of 0 not eating. Then what it should do? P0 should wait. See, self condition, I told you, right? So whenever the chopstick is not available, then the process should wait. So if it is unsuccessful, P0 should wait. But here you can see both P4 and P1 are free. I calculated it, you know that 4 modulus 5 4, 1 modulus 5 1, both 4 and 1 are not eating. Then obviously what it can do? So P0 can start eating. If fails, obviously it will wait. But see, after the eating is over, after the P0 finished the eating, it should release the chopsticks. So to release the chopstick, what is the code? Put down. Put down. Put down means it should release the chopsticks. So see, state of I, what is the I value? 0. State of I will be thinking. See, after the eating is over, P0 is moved to thinking state. It is moved from eating to thinking state. Very simple, guys. Right? I'll quickly brief this here. Initially P0 will be in a thinking state, then it moved to the angry state, that is 0. You know that 0. Now after it is angry, it has to execute the test of 0. So it will move inside the test of 0. So 0 plus 4 is what? 4 modulus 5. So 4, P4 is not eating. P4 is not eating because it is a neighbor for a P0. Now what is the next neighbor? P1. You can see. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1 modulus 5. 1 modulus 5 is what? 1. So P1. So P1 is also not eating. P4 is also not eating. Then what P0 can do? P0 can do P0 can start eating. That is, state of 0 is eating. That means P0 eating. Right? So after the eating is completed, it can give a signal. That means, yes, eating is completed. I can put down the locks. See, it can give a signal. Suppose if any of these three conditions, if any of the neighbor is not there, not free, and right, if it is not hungry, then it will move to the state of I, that is state of 0 is not eating. Then what it should do? P0 should wait. If it is not eating, P0 should wait. After the eating is finished successfully, then it can send a signal and it can release the locks. That means it can put down. That means it can move from eating state to thinking state. Very simple, right? Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. But see, it is still not completed. Remaining two statements we have to check. Why these remaining two statements are there? Two test statements are there. Why means, see here. So yes, P0 finished, but it moved to thinking state. But we have to give chance to other philosophers also. I told you I have to design a problem in such a way that every philosopher should get a chance. Now after P0, other processes are there, P1, P2, P3, P4. I should give chance to those philosophers also. See, now how I will give the chance to other philosophers? I will explain this. What is the statement here? State of I plus 4 modulus 5. What is the I value? 0. 0 only. So P0 is giving the chance to other process. See how it will give. 0 plus 4 is what? 4 modulus 5. So what is the value? 4 modulus 5 is what? 4 only. You can see 4 modulus 5 is 4 only. So P0 is giving a chance to P4. For which process it is giving? So P0 is giving a chance to P4. Now after the completion of the eating, P0 is giving a chance to his left neighbor, that is P4. Getting? So P4 So what is test of 1 I plus 4 modulus 5? 4 only. So what is the value now? It should go inside the test. So test of int I is what now? Test of 4 we have to execute because I value is 4 now. You can see I value is 4 now. So you can see I will execute the next statement inside the test. I is 4 now. Just remember that 4 plus 4 is what? 8 modulus 5. 8 modulus 5 is what? 3. If 3 is not eating, right? If 3 is not eating, then P4 can eat. Next, see, I plus 1 modulus 5. 5 modulus 5 is what? 0. For P4 to start eating, which are the right chopsticks it need? It need a chopstick from philosopher 3 and philosopher 0. You can see values are 3 and 0. How means I calculated it? See, for P4 to start eating, it needs chopstick from P0 and P3. So see, sorry, see here. So I calculated it. You can see 8 modulus 5 is 3. 4 plus 4, 8 modulus 5 is 3. Yes, 3 is not eating. Assume like that. Now 5 modulus 5, that is 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 modulus 5 is 0. 0 is also not eating. So P4, philosopher 4 is also not eating. P0 is also not eating. Then P4 can start eating. That is state of 4 is equal to, what is that? I value is what? 4. State of 4 is equal to eating. That means what? P4 can eat. Getting, guys? If P0 and P3 is free, P4 can eat. If P0, yes, if P0 and P3 is free, then P4 can eat. It is giving chance to its left neighbor. Now P0 should give chance to its right neighbor, P1. For P1 to eat, P2 should be free, P0 should be free. P1 to eat, P2 should be free, P0 should be free. Now we will check that. First it give the chance to P4. So both the chopsticks are free, it will eat. So it will give the chance to P1. If both the chopsticks are free, then P1 will also eat. See. So after eating, obviously state of I is equal to thinking means what? Here I was discussing P4. P4 will move to thinking state from eating state. Suppose if state of 4 is not eating means, obviously it has to wait. It will wait. It will give chance to other processes, other philosophers, sorry. Right? Now, so I told you. So left neighbor for a P0 is what? P4. Now what is the right neighbor? P1. See, P1 we will test that. So what is the next statement here? Test of I plus 1 modulus 5. I is what? 4. Now I is changed to 4. Just remember that. Int of I. So 4. I told you right now. I value is 4. 4 plus 1. 5 modulus 5 is what? 1. Sorry. 5 modulus 5 is what? 0. 5 modulus 5 is what? 0. Now, what was the... See here? So it is giving chance, right? Sorry. Wait here. So I is 4, 5 modulus 5 is 0. So P0 giving the chance to P1. So P0 execute test. What is that value here? 0 only, sorry. 0 only. So P0 is giving a chance. Sorry for that. P0 is giving a chance. So what is the value of this I value? 0. 0 plus 1 is what? See, you can see this statement. Now P0 execute test of 1 modulus 5. First P0 is executed test of 1 plus 4 modulus 5. Now I value is still 0 only because P0 is first give a chance to P4. Now P0 is giving a chance to, right? So it is giving a chance to P1. That's why P0 is giving a chance, right? That's why the I value is 0 only. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1. 1 modulus 5 is what? 1. Now test, it will go inside the test. What is the value of I here now? 1. I value is changed from 4 to 1. You know that. 1 plus 4. 5 modulus 5 is what? 0. Right? For a P1 to eat, P0 should be free. See, P0. So I should check whether P0 is not eating or not. Yes. See, for P1 to eat, you should check P naught for whether it's free or not. See, for P1 to eat I am checking P naught. Now I have to check P2. See, so next, what is the second statement here? What is the second statement? I plus 1. So what is the I value now? It is changed from 4 to 1. 1 plus 1, 2 modulus 5. What is the value of 2 modulus 5? 2 only. Now for philosopher P1 to eat, P naught should be free, P2 should be free. That means P naught should not be eating, P2 should not be eating. See, right? P naught should not be eating, P2 should not be eating for a P1. Getting, guys? See? So earlier the value of P naught is giving a chance, right? That's why. So earlier I substituted the 0 for test of I plus 4 modulus 5. Now I am substituting the value 0 because P naught is giving a chance for P4 also and its neighbor P1 also. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2 modulus. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1 modulus 5. So P1, yes, it is giving a chance to P1. P naught is giving a chance to P4 and P1. So I enter inside. So what is the value here? So 5 modulus 5 is 0, 2 modulus 5 is 2. So both are not eating means obviously state of what is the I value? 1. State of 1 is equal to eat. So state of 1 can eat without any problem. So after that, after the releasing of chopstick, state of 1 can move to thinking state from eating state. That is, philosopher 1 can move from eating to thinking state. So getting, guys? It's very simple, right? So see, so what it did, P naught gave the chance to P4 first. For P4 to eat, P3 should be free, P naught should be free. You can see P3, P naught. If both are free, it will eat. Now P naught will give the chance to its right neighbor after the left neighbor. So right neighbor is P1. So P1, for P1 to eat, P2 should be free, P naught should be free. You can see P naught is free, P2 is free. If both are free, P1 can eat. Here if P3 is free and P naught is free, then P4 can eat. Right? So this process continues for the other philosophers also. Now P naught gets a chance. Now P naught gets the chance. Then P4 gets the chance. Then P1 gets the chance. Now again P4 will give the chance to P3. P3 will get chance to P2. P1 will give chance to P2, like that. So this process continues until all the philosophers get the chance. So getting, guys? So hope you understood the concepts. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video.